The price of gold headed for its first weekly drop in 3 on Friday, as hopes for US interest rate cuts fell further, while China tested its ability to invade Taiwan and the International Monetary Fund backtracked on 56 years of anti-gold policy by welcoming Zimbabwe's introduction of a gold-backed currency. Harare's introduction last month of Zimbabwe gold, ZiG, notes, the sixth new currency tried in 15 years since the African nation's economic collapse and hyperinflation, represents an important policy action accompanied by several complementary policy changes, said an IMF spokesperson in an email to Bloomberg News, including monetary, exchange rate, and fiscal policy measures. Backing a currency with gold or using the precious metal to measure monetary value has been effectively banned for the 190 member nations of the IMF since the United Nations Linked Finance Agency and lenders' second agreement of 1978. "Push in, encircle, lock," said a video posted meantime by the People's Liberation Army from the second day of its Army, Navy, Air Force and rocket drills to the north, south and east of breakaway island Taiwan. The exercises test the capability of joint seizure of power, joint strikes and control of key territories, said Colonel Li Shi, spokesperson for the PLA's Eastern Theater Command, widely quoted by Chinese state media. There's been no major news development to substantiate the drop in prices, says a technical analysis of gold prices from metal strategist Nikki Shields at Swiss Bullion Refining and Finance Group MKS PAMP. Bottoming $125 per troy ounce last night beneath Monday's new spot market high of $2,450, the cost of bullion in US dollars today edged back up to $2,342, the end 2024 gold price forecast made by users of BullionVault last New Year. Following this week's Federal Reserve meeting notes and hawkish Fed speeches, year-end US interest rates are now forecast at 5.04% by the CME futures market, marking barely one cut from today's two-decade high of 5.33%. Silver bullion, meantime, fixed above $30 per troy ounce for the fifth session running at London's midday benchmarking auction, the industrially useful precious metal's strongest weekly price since mid-February 2013, but still 4.1% below Wednesday lunchtime's fresh 12-year high. Base metal copper also struggled to rally from yesterday's steep drop, trading 8.1% below Monday's new all-time high for US CME futures contracts, with the premium over London LME contracts shrinking to just $50 per ton after surging to $1,000. We are delighted to see the overwhelming acceptance of the ZiG currency by schools nationwide, says Zimbabwe's Education Ministry Director of Communications, Tangana Ndoro, refuting media claims that the new gold-linked currency, backed by 2.5 tons of bullion held at the central bank, currently worth some US $187 million, has been finding poor acceptance thanks to mistrust of the government's commitment to the valuation. Pharmacies are accepting ZiG and using the official rate, adds an anonymous Harare store worker, saying that those peddling falsehoods to the contrary are bent on creating animosities after the government of President Emerson Mnangagwa, hit earlier this spring by further US sanctions over corruption and human rights abuses, said it may compel businesses to accept ZiGs and force them to use the gold currency's official exchange rate when pricing their products. The United Nations top court today fell short of demanding a full ceasefire in Gaza, but ordered Israel to halt immediately its military operations in the southern city of Rafah, as the International Criminal Court continued to consider a call to issue arrest warrants for both senior Hamas leaders as well as Israeli figures, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Ukraine's military, meantime, said it has halted the advance of Russian troops in the Kharkiv region. "The situation is under control. We are carrying out counterattacks," said a spokesperson. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel.